Tell me about your Razer phone. How you liking it?
Dude, I like the phone actually. You know, it's very blocky for what it is.
But I'm not a fan of the shape myself, personally.
I'm a hater for no reason.
I mean, it's Razer.
Not that it's the Razer or anything. It's just that I feel like you can get a Samsung S9 Plus usually on sale.
Right.
Because carriers always put it on sale and get a really good deal on it. Where you don't really get deals on this phone. That's the only reason. Otherwise, it's not a bad phone.
That is true. It's never on sale because it's just an unlocked phone. Unlocked phones don't really go on sale that much.
No, they don't. And it's just, I personally like it, you know, like for what I use it for.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind the camera. I don't mind, like I use it for Twitter and I play Fortnite on it. And I was playing it today. So
Loser.
like it's fun. Like shit on it, but like it's fun. I personally enjoy the game.
I mean, if you like it, you like it.
So, but like I like the features on it. I mean,
it's water resistant. That's cool, right?
Yeah, and then also like the side sensor.
How's that camera?
Dude, I took some cool pictures today.
Okay.
I've heard the Razer phone doesn't have like the best camera.
I've also heard that.
Yeah.
Like it just to each their own. Like I never really took pictures on the Pixel.
That's a sick ass car right there.
Yeah, that's Mini Cooper.
Show it to the camera.
Yeah, so
show it to the camera.
Yeah, so
I can see it.
I can't even see it.
Yeah,
there we go.
I like it. That's a good image.
It's gonna be super pixelated when I zoom in on that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so you see, it's an old classic car. But
where did you go? Were you at a car show?
Yeah, I was at a car show today.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I woke up at like around 5:30 in the morning.
Whoa.
And I drove to Pomona, and with my dad, and I met some friends over there.
Okay.
And walked around, you know, like
cars,
and it's like very like cool, like it's all classic cars, Volkswagens, Chevys, and shit like that. So
yeah, but this isn't the car cast, and this isn't the phone cast. This is episode 14, right?
Of the Heycast.
Of the Heycast, the #1 gaming podcast in our hearts. What's up, guys? Arnold's back after being gone for like ever.
2 weeks hiatus.
2 weeks hiatus.
Yeah.
Of the
Heycast.
I'm back.
Demothy grew a chin, maybe?
What? No, I shave all the time. What are you talking about?
I need to shave too. I haven't shaved.
I don't think I'm going to shave at all.
Lazy.
Arnold's getting real hairy over there.
You're getting pretty grizzly.
I am getting hairy. But
starting to look like a burr.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing.
And then he's rocking his Philadelphia
Eagles. I don't care about the NFL teams at all.
I
just bought it because I like the colors.
It's good colors.
That's
he
all.
He wears like all this sports shit, but he doesn't watch any sports shit.
But let me clarify. I do watch baseball. Baseball,
okay.
yeah.
Who's your team?
Dodgers and the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Interesting.
So East Coast and West Coast.
Sure.
So,
all right. So what have we been doing this week, Giacomo?
Starting with me?
Yeah, we're starting with you.
I just bought Starlink, so I'm excited to play that when I get home today. I think I had to download DLC for it though, and I didn't buy a memory card.
Hey.
So I might not even get to play it right away. Like I tried the demo at an E3,
right?
And it's pretty fun. You know, you get to pick your engines, your guns on your sides, you know, and then you go fight bosses and do things like that. You get a special power for your pilot. It's a lot of fun. Like I enjoyed playing it.
Wait, Starlink is the
Star Fox
game. One? Okay, yeah.
Kind of like Star Fox is a cameo in it, but it's totally not his game.
Yeah, it's like almost like a spiritual successor in a way.
Spiritual successor, yeah. And you know, my first worry was that since it's all toy based, or it can be toy based, that it was more catered towards kids, but not at all. Like the more I kept looking at it, it's like it looks like a lot of fun to play even as like a grown adult.
Sure.
And you know the toys are totally optional because you don't need them. You can still do all the customization.
Adults like toys too, faster, you know.
Because it's awesome. Like you get your ship right there.
Right.
You take off one physical part of the toy, put another one, and it recognizes it and it changes your weapon.
That's interesting.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do it, you know, in the menus, but this is that's fucking awesome.
It's kind of like Skylanders, except like you take stuff apart and then attach shit.
Yeah, exactly. And
or what's that other
anything with amiibos?
Games? Oh,
There was also Disney's Infinity.
Oh yeah, Disney's Infinity.
I forgot about that game.
Because it got canceled, man.
Yeah,
and all the stuff just was like, you know, if you had it and could look, it's over.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Skylander still around? Is that still a thing, or is that?
I think it is. I think it's one of the popular games within like the.
Well, it was for a while, but I don't think it's as popular as it was.
You
know,
we'll never know.
But like, it was like super popular for a while, definitely for kids. But like, it was one of those games where it was super popular with the kids, but like people our age and stuff didn't really know about it too much, and it just kind of showed up. So because like all the commercials and stuff are on like kids shows and whatnot, whereas like the stuff that we watch, you know, we don't get those commercials because it's not targeted towards our audience. Netflix. So we didn't really know about it that much. True. But it was definitely very popular at a time.
I only knew about it because we work.
Yeah. What about you, Arnold?
So I did leave Street Fighter.
Yes.
Okay.
Off my Steam.
Both of us have kind of fallen off Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But it's like your games.
It was, but the game got really frustrating. Arnold, his reason for stopping was he didn't really like the direction the newer season
the new season is going for. I don't know what's their plan. They haven't really said much what's going on, so that's like deterring me to play the game. The season was
really weird because they said there wasn't going to be a season pass for it.
The season pass,
they released Kage, and then you had to buy Kage by himself. You couldn't buy a season pass. Everybody was like, "Where the fuck's where's the season pass?" Usually before the character comes out, the season pass comes out, so everybody can buy it, and then they can all the characters just unlock automatically. But yeah, Kage did not come with a season pass, and then Street Fighter announced that they had no plans for releasing a season pass for this new season 4.
Yeah,
right?
season 4. Yeah,
season 4. So like that means you have to buy each character individually, which
with your either fight money or real money.
Yes.
Which each character is like $5.
Oof.
Yeah, it's $5. It's usually about around $5 per character. Fight money wise, about
100,000.
Was it 100,000?
Yeah, it's 100,000 to look.
No, I thought it was 75,000.
No, Kage is 100,000.
Oh, yeah, it's 75,000 for stages.
Stages.
Yes. Yeah. Characters are 100,000 fight money. Mind you, you only get about 50 fight money per match that you win.
And if you like do all like the achievements that they put out, which is like possible,
3,000.
Yeah, no, it's like 1,000.
Oh, the achievements.
The achievements it's 1,000 to 50.
Yeah, and then trials were around 5,000, 5,000.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of time to get.
Is that why that one guy was farming when I watched you play it?
Yes, there's a lot of people in casual matches where they set their controller to turbo mode and then set their light kick to just repeatedly, because the light kick button on a controller is the same as the confirm button, which is the X button, right? And so they just have that on turbo so that it just spams light kick on casual matches, and then every time the match ends, it just confirms and starts the next starts you queuing up for the next match. So you just accumulate fight money that way.
Wow.
It's annoying, and like also the situation how each character is different. For like I main Urian. I used to main Balrog.
Yeah.
Demothy knows this. And with Urian, there's a couple like wonky shit that he does, which is completely unfair, which I recognize as a Urian player. And like and it's the characters are so like not broken, but like they're so not unbalanced. It's hard to explain. Like they're not.
Characters have the Street Fighter 5 revolves around a lot of really unfair things. So the term 50-50 is really synonymous with Street Fighter 5 right now, which is basically a situation that you get put into where you actually can't control it, and it literally becomes a guessing game, and you just happen to guess wrong, you lose like 50% of your health
or more.
Yeah. So it's just really frustrating. Street Fighter 5 is literally considered one of the most tilting fighting games because there are so many situations you just can't control.
Yeah, and for me, and also like when you're in a situation of like in a match and you get a hard knockdown, and theoretically on paper your advantage on the next move you do, but always online people either spam or they manage to get out of it. And it's like really frustrating because like you have setups that like
that are supposed to work.
Yeah,
but because of online lag, it doesn't work because so Street Fighter 5 initially released with more input lag than your typical Street Fighter game. They fixed it slightly, and then they fixed it again slightly. But when you're playing online, it introduces even more input lag on top of the already relatively high input lag in the game. So when you're online, you have these setups that are pretty tight, your frame data wise, and then because the input delay is just a little bit off, you can't hit those setups consistently because the timing is so tight for them.
Yeah.
So what are you guys playing now then?
I'm playing.
Arnold's playing Tekken.
I'm playing Tekken 7 a lot now. Like Tekken 7 is one of the like consistent games that I feel like I'm improving a lot. And Street Fighter is the same thing. I'm not improving at all.
Yeah, that's the thing about Street Fighter is because of all these 50-50s and whatnot, it is one of those games that it's just really hard to be consistent in. You can be a really good fighting game player, but because there's so many situations that you can't control, it's just really hard to be consistent at the game, and that gets really frustrating. Tekken is definitely one of those games where it's easier to be consistent. It is a harder fighting game overall, I feel.
Yeah, it is.
But you're able to be more consistent in that game because you don't have as many of those situations like Street Fighter.
And mind you, like I'll play Street Fighter just to get my Street Fighter itch out of the way.
Right.
But then I'm able to delete it. Like it's like I don't want to go back to it. Like it's like Street Fighter was my addiction when it started. Like I supported the game,
and we played it for a long time,
for 3 years straight. I supported the game. I think Demothy did also supported the game.
I have over like 1,000 hours on the game. Both of us have over 1,000 hours on the game. So
and it's like, and now like it's not fun. Like I'm not seeing any like fun in the game at all. So okay, I'm starting to lose my support in Street Fighter.
And I feel like another part of it is when we started playing Street Fighter competitively, we weren't really doing this whole thing.
We weren't. No,
yeah,
but
we
like,
weren't. And now we're kind of putting a lot more time into this stuff, and we haven't been going to tournaments and competing and meeting up with like our FGC friends and stuff as much as we used to. And the big part of the fun was, all these friends that we had in the community that we hung out with and played the game with. And when you're not really doing that, you're kind of stuck just playing online, and online is just not as fun as playing in person. It's a lot of factors relating that tie into our enjoyment of the game that just isn't really there anymore.
Especially like our lives changed a lot within those 3 years, because like I don't work in the dealership anymore. I do construction, so it takes up most of my time, and I have to wake up earlier than anyone in this house. Probably I'm the one that's
you wake up early,
so like it's tiring from like mentally for me. So like when I get home, like I don't want to go anywhere.
Ooh.
And like there's tournaments like are hella far from me to drive out to.
That's the other thing. All the good locals are really far from us.
Well, Western Night Fights is in
it's like almost
Santa
a 2-hour
Ana.
drive to get there.
Yeah, Santa Ana, Super Arcades in Azusa. That's another 45-minute drive.
Oh wow.
And then Burbank, that's like a 30-minute drive. But like it's only dedicated Street Fighter. Like I want to play something else. And that's what like I've been like on this hiatus of fighting games, because like with Tekken 7, like I'm playing Jack 7 right now. And
Jack's good, and he's a good fundamental
he's a fundamental character. And I'm trying to go with Tekken 7 as a different mentality as I did for Street Fighter 5. And I literally played every character in Tekken 7 and got him to green rank, which is like
it's probably like silver in Street Fighter
terms. Silver rank. Every character is silver rank. I got demoted, and I still haven't found a main character. I'm not too sure if I'm sticking with Jack 7. Like he's
in a character crisis basically. He doesn't know what character he really wants to play.
And like I'm waiting for Negan's coming out and maybe Julia. I'm wanting to see those two characters, how I feel about them.
Julia, the IRL streamer.
Yeah. And like I've never had this problem before with any fighting game I've played. Like by then, like by the first character I play with, I already have like an idea who I want to play as. But this is a game that I'm not too sure how to approach it, and like I'm approaching this game with a different mentality. So I think that's like what's like stopping me to play from my usual gameplay.
Okay.
So, you Vince? How about you, Demothy? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Pretty much just stuff for the channel. I've been editing.
All three of us have been editing.
All three of us have been editing now, so a lot of that load's been taken off of me. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So thank you guys.
You better give him a paycheck by tomorrow.
What?
But this for free.
No, he knows what I'm talking about. He needs to give him a paycheck by tomorrow.
But most of my week's been revolving around watching some of the new anime that's been coming out. So there's some kind of weird stuff.
That's the thing. I used to watch anime. Demothy knows this. When he introduces me to anime, I was like full on anime binging.
Right.
But now it's like I don't know what the fuck to watch.
Yeah. So he's always coming. He's like, "Hey, Demothy, what's a good anime to watch?" I'm like, I want this type of show. I'm like, okay, boom,
there it is. And I watch it all, and I was like, what else? And they go, we have friends also, like Julian, Tanner, and those same thing.
They don't really watch as much as they read.
Well, yeah, they're manga.
Yeah, they're more manga people.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been watching some of the new anime that's been coming out. Like there was like a weird one. It was Magical Girl Spec Ops.
I was going to say the Spec Ops one. Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
It was one episode right now?
Yes.
Yeah, one episode. And I'm watching Mob Psycho 2.
Yeah, the new season of Mob Psycho came out. That's good.
I like that.
You know One Punch Man?
Yeah.
So Mob Psycho's made by the same creator as One Punch Man. So there's already a season out, and the new season just started. So
for One Punch Man,
for
Mob Psycho.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
One Punch.
I do know that the new season of One Punch Man was announced though.
We don't know when though.
Yeah, I don't know when. I don't remember if they announced the date for that one. But yeah, Mob Psycho definitely recommended if you like One Punch Man and you like kind of cool psychic Esper type stuff. What else? There was some other stuff. For whatever reason, I'm currently watching the latest season of Sword Art Online.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. It's because I've watched the other season, so I just kind of feel obligated at this point to watch it, even if it's not that great.
Sure. Okay. Why not?
Makes sense.
It's one of those things where it's just an obligation at this point. Same thing with like One Piece. It's dragging on real long, and I'm fully caught up on it, so I feel obligated to watch it.
One Punch Man's coming out in April.
April? Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's been confirmed.
There was another cool show. It was The Promised Neverland, I think it was called.
And Golden Kamuy?
Huh?
Golden Kamuy.
Yeah, I've been watching Golden Kamuy. But yeah, The Promised Neverland is new also. It's only one episode at the moment. But I don't want to spoil anything because it is really easy to spoil everything for it. But so it's one of those shows. But it's definitely I feel, and my brother feels this too, it's gonna be one of those really big shows that's gonna blow up.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be one of the big three.
Oh shoot, I know. It's like the Hunger Game one, right?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's kind of the Hunger Gamey.
Yeah.
In a way. So it's no.
Or is that the other one? Because you were showing me some.
Yeah. It's not the Hunger Gamey one.
Is that what
is it?
I think it's the Hunger Gamey one.
Get your shit together.
The one with it's a bunch of kids and stuff.
Okay. That sounds Hunger Games to me.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely recommend that. It's that first. Oh, excuse me. That first episode was really cool, really interesting. Although the art style is kind of weird. It reminds me of a kind of Akira. So the faces are really scrunched up.
Okay.
So it looks kind of like a modern Akira.
I like Akira.
So that was weird. I never liked the scrunched up faces from Akira, but I did love Akira. So that one's pretty cool. And then we watched some movies. We watched a movie last night.
Well, we watched two movies. It was at the end of the year, we watched Blakkklansman.
Oh yeah, we did watch Blakkklansman.
That was I like that movie. It was good.
I like Blakkklansman a lot too. Pretty interesting
movie to watch.
Do you think Kylo Ren had a good role in it?
Yes. Okay. Yes. He had a good role.
Kylo Ren is a pretty good actor. He has a lot of range.
Dude, that fucker is tall.
Yeah, he's not short.
Dude, I thought he was short in fucking Star Wars. I thought it was like what 5, like my height, but this guy's like taller than me, like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks very tall.
Yeah, he normally looks shorter on camera or something, kind of like Penn and Teller. Like how Teller looks like really small, but he's actually really big. He's just small in comparison to Penn.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Teller's bigger than you.
Yes.
Damn.
No, I think we're roughly the same height by an inch. Or an inch.
I think Teller is a little bit bigger than you.
Is he?
I don't remember.
Last time I went to Vegas.
Did that camera pause?
All right. Okay. Where were we?
So we're talking about Blakkklansman and how Kylo Ren's really fucking tall.
Mm-hmm.
What's the actor's name?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I
just know of him as Kylo Ren.
That's why I called him that. It was just easier.
It's kind of like how Hugh Jackman. Everybody just knows him as Wolverine.
Adam Driver.
There we go.
How tall is that
He's
fucker?
He's a Marine, right?
I think so. Hold on, let me see. Go keep talking.
Adam Driver is good.
And then the other movie that we watched was last night was Watchmen, which I've seen already, but Arnold had never seen it.
Mm-mm.
I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
So I like Watchmen.
Okay,
but
I was right. He's 6'2.5". Adam Driver's 6'2.5".
Wow.
He's fucking tall. Fucking tall. What the fuck?
Do you envy his height?
No, I don't envy his height. Wait, that fucker looks short as fuck, dude. I don't know if they do it. They make him like look small on purpose
to make him look less powerful compared to everyone else. And then I don't know,
but he's supposed to be strong.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be strong in Star Wars
compared to the other Sith lords. The
I guess.
Sith Lord.
But is he a Sith Lord or is he just a Sith?
I guess he's a Sith. Now
he's
Sith. Just a guy who has powers.
Your powers are like, I don't fucking know. I'm a bitch that doesn't know what to do. Should I be part of the fucking Sith or the fucking
what?
He goes and does his own thing.
Yeah, he does his own thing now. So, but yeah.
Anyways, back to Watchmen.
Yeah. We were watching The Watchmen, and I like The Watchmen. Although I do recognize why people wouldn't like it. So Arnold,
why is that?
Does not like it very much.
It's weird. I gave some thought. It's so weird how they approach things. First thing, it's too many fucking sex scenes in that shit. They're so fucking long. Like, I understand, like, the characters should, do their thing, right? But like, we get it. Get over it. Let's keep the fucking plot moving forward. It takes too long.
So basically, The Watchmen is a what's his name? The director. Director of like the Dark Knight movies.
Christopher Nolan?
No, it's not Christopher Nolan.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
So why did you say Dark Knight?
Not the Dark Knight. This fucking
the Batman movies,
the DC movies.
Yeah, the DC movies.
There you go.
The darker DC movies. Yeah, I don't know why I said the Dark Knight movies.
Yeah, it's very different filmmakers.
Yeah, Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder being Zack Snyder, it is supposed to be kind of a darker superhero type movie, and they approach superheroes kind of in a different way because like pretty much nobody really has superpowers except for Dr. Manhattan.
Yep.
Everybody is basically kind of like Batman in that like they're vigilantes with like all this martial arts and technology and stuff to kind of help them be vigilantes. But it is essentially supposed to be a darker thing, and I feel this is kind of it's an older Zack Snyder movie. So this one was around 2009. Yeah, it was a 2009 movie. And I felt at this time, so if you kind of compare it to the movies at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So right now, if Zack Snyder were to do the same thing, people would be like, oh, he's trying really hard to be edgy, kind of like what he did with he directed Batman versus Superman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like kind of like what he did with that was like he was trying to be too hard and too edgy and stuff.
Yeah.
In comparison to what has already come out. But I feel if you compare it to what it was at the time,
I feel like it's the same.
You still think it's at the time you didn't really have a lot of these really edgy edgy things, right. So it was kind of different, and it was interesting to see a superhero film in that tone.
Yeah.
Whereas now, because it's already been done and is kind of overdone, it's not really quite as interesting. And so that's why if you look at it in the lens of modern time, nowadays you wouldn't. You would think like, oh yeah, it's weird. It's trying really hard to be weird and trying really hard to be edgy. But yeah, if you look at it like towards in the lens of that period, you know what I mean?
Which is when he first started.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the movie's fucking long.
What it's 3 hours?
Almost 3 hours. Yeah,
and you get to see a blue penis.
Yes. I hear that was the big part that everyone talked about.
The blue penis.
Big blue glowing penis.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan.
Penis.
I would I watch it again? No.
Would you watch it for that penis?
No. I will never watch it for the fucking penis. It's weird. I didn't enjoy it at all. It had some funny moments, but it's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I just feel like it's not something that super holds up if you don't look at it in the lens of an older.
Yeah.
It's not super old. Like 2009. It's not that old.
Was it like 17 years ago?
But it is.
Yeah, my math's on point.
It is
10 years ago.
Slightly earlier Zack Snyder, and it was interesting to see something like that in that tone. So I like Watchmen, and I definitely see why people wouldn't really like it. And also, like, the sex scenes are really drawn out. And I feel like it could do with shorter sex scenes.
Would you like to watch that movie with your parents?
I think it'd be fine.
For the sex
We're
scenes?
adults.
I mean, yeah,
we're all adults.
We're all
here.
adults. Like, we're not like awkward.
If I was in like, I don't know, high school or middle school, then yeah, it would probably be awkward. But right now, I mean, I think it's fine. We're all adults here, so
we're all big boys, you know. So
that's cool.
Yep. So what about some of these things? I wanted to talk a bit about this whole Randy Pitchford thing that happened recently. So we're transitioning to news.
Let's go to the newscast.
Yes, the newscast. But yeah, this Randy Pitchford thing I felt was really interesting because it is literally one of the craziest.
This one?
Yes,
yeah.
the craziest legal battles that's been going on. So Randy Pitchford's been accused by a former Gearbox lawyer for taking a secret $12 million bonus, which was in advance for against the Borderland profits. So this is a Kotaku article here, and the reason this is crazy is the history behind all these lawsuits that's between these two.
Everyone's pointing fingers because no one knows who's
Everybody's
the real
pointing fingers
perpetrator.
over like different things. So Gearbox was originally suing the lawyer. Lawyer goes by Wade Callender.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was Willie Wilson.
Shut up. His name's Wade Callender, and he was accused of borrowing money and not returning the money. But then there was some other stuff like using the company credit card, abusing credit card access to do stuff like have vacations, paid vacations with his family, and then some other things. If I can find it over here somewhere. But he was basically one of the things that he was using it for was trying to get 6-pack abs, supposedly.
So was he having like a personal trainer?
No, I think it was gonna get like that
like
shit
just a
fucking
surgery and made.
Here we go.
I think so.
So here, Callender's suit was filed 1 month after Gearbox sued him in a separate case for fraud and breach of fiduciary duty.
I love that word.
Gearbox alleged
Fiduciary.
If I saw that word, I will fuck that word up so hard.
Yeah. Gearbox alleged that Callender borrowed money from Gearbox for a home loan and tuition that he did not pay back in full, and that Callender abused the privilege of credit card access by charging unapproved, wholly personal expenses, including family vacations, gun club memberships, and firearm accessories, and trying to get 6-pack abs. Gearbox also accused Callender of destroying evidence of the home loan agreement he made with the studio. And you can read that in the full suit below, which is like way down here. And then, so yeah, he fought back with this current $12 million lawsuit thingy with Randy Pitchford. And also he accused Randy Pitchford of a few other really crazy things. One of them being misplacing a USB drive that contained a lot of sensitive Gearbox documents and stuff like that.
What kind of documents are we talking about?
I'm talking like
that one
future games, stuff that they're working on
or
that's not
like
supposed to be
broken OP weapons from like South Park. You know, they need to get
like the sword of 1,000 truths.
Yeah, that
for the DLC that never got released. Good episode.
Yeah. So, he misplaced it. So it says here, Callender's most lurid allegation against Pitchford is an accusation surrounding an event that he says occurred in 2014. Callender says that Pitchford left a USB drive in Dallas, Texas, in a Dallas, Texas restaurant containing sensitive corporate documents for Gearbox and its partners, including 2K Games, Sega, Sony, Microsoft, and others, says the lawsuit. Upon information and belief, Randy Pitchford's USB drive also contained his personal collection of underage pornography.
Ooh.
And what is kind of really funny about this whole thing was Randy Pitchford went on a podcast literally after this was revealed, talking about it, and the story that he gave was kind of was really interesting.
Was she watching?
Huh?
What was the story?
So basically, it says over here, the USB stick story. For the first time, he said Pitchford described his enjoyment of camgirl pornography, in which a woman streams live erotic content, and explained that he had saved a porn video of a camgirl on said memory stick before it was lost. It's a woman who is masturbating. This is a quote from Pitchford. It was a woman that's masturbating, and when she has some experience that appears as if she's having an orgasm, a huge amount of fluid comes out of her vagina.
So she's a squirter.
Yeah, she is a squirter. But what he's the way he talks about this though, was he's watching this stuff, and the reason he saved it was because he is.
He's doing it for research. Is he doing research?
It for research? Yes.
Is that what he said?
It's research. He doesn't say research specifically. He says this is not a sex worker. This is a fucking magician. He added. He said he had purchased one of her videos and put it on a USB stick. Some kid, an employee of the medieval times, discovered this memory stick, took it home, and accessed it because it was before we were password protecting, and discovered secrets of my company and future games in development, and also discovered the pornography, and it was barely legal porn. This girl's handle was only 18, so he says it was barely legal. And yeah, the whole story, if you listen to the podcast, I'm not gonna play it for you guys or anything, because the podcast and the reason I know about this portion was from a video by Critical, and he had to cut up some of it because the people on the podcast kept interrupting and then talking about other shit, and it was getting really distracting. But basically what he said was he was researching this whole squirting thing because he couldn't believe a woman would be able to shoot fluid in that fashion out of her vagina unless she was a fucking magician or something. So he was like, he wanted to research the technique that she was using to be able to shoot fluid in this way. Talks about some turkey basters or something. It was like it was a fucking magic trick or something. It's just like, and he's acting as if cam girl porn is something new, and like he new to him. It was new to him, and he didn't really understand why a woman would, subject herself to doing cam girl porn and all this stuff. So yeah, he was like kind of acting like this was completely new. He didn't know anything about this, which I mean, everybody knows
this era.
Everybody knows what cam girl porn is, and I believe most people know about squirters. Like,
I mean, squirting has been like going on for a while now. We have a good idea how it works.
I mean, it's still kind of a mystery. Is it pee? Is it like what?
That we'll never know about that part. But like, I'm pretty sure squirters were squirters. Like back in,
this is going to be our most explicit episode of the podcast purely because of this story.
Rated M for mature.
But like, the way he's just describing this was so funny
Weird.
to me. Like, just acting like he doesn't know what this is. And I mean, for all we know, maybe he really doesn't know what it is, and this is completely new. But I find it really hard to believe that he didn't know what cam girl porn is. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah, it's like I yesterday I found porn for the first time. Like it was magic, and then like I fell in love with it. Now my computer's full of viruses.
Porn is magic.
Yeah, porn is magic.
No, squirting is magic.
Remember,
apparently.
it's like those LimeWire days and like FrostWire and BearShare. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember LimeWire.
Like, dude, I use so many fucking.
Yeah, and then everybody downloaded all these viruses from LimeWire.
Yeah,
right.
But I actually never used LimeWire.
What the fuck's wrong with you,
bitch?
Yeah, you bitch.
I found other means.
What other means were there?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. No, I don't remember. It's been a while. I think back then. I didn't really download a lot of music. I did actually have mostly CDs. But like for stuff like ringtones, I would actually take my phone and physically use my phone to record it from like a YouTube video or something.
Oh God, those were so. What a different time to be alive.
Yeah, dude, I remember. I think if I look from an old phone, I can guarantee you I can find like some shitty recordings.
I totally don't have my old phone anymore.
But like, it's LimeWire, and like when you download certain like links, this is a certain song. You think it's gonna be that song? No, it's fucking porn or some weird smut shit that you downloaded by accident. And it's like seeing a lot of weird shit on that shit on
back
LimeWire.
in the day where virus pop-ups actually popped up porn.
Yeah. But those were the good old days.
Yeah.
And then I made my parents wipe the computer twice, and things like, it wasn't me. It was me.
It was the viruses.
It was the shit you download.
It was the virus.
back when you can blame viruses for porn on your computer.
Yeah. Dude, and also like I remember I downloaded one song from YouTube. I extracted it and put it on my phone, and the internet service provider, which I will not name, but it's pretty kind of popular here. sent my parents a mail that if you download this certain song again, the FBI will come to your house.
What?
Yeah. I think I mentioned that.
I've heard of ISPs actually sending letters and emails and stuff about how they detected that you were pirating shit, and so you got to stop.
Game of Thrones a lot.
Really?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is a big one that they like to do that too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually gotten a letter.
I got a letter, and my parents like, do never fucking download anything.
Don't download.
Can you share the content of the song, the name?
It was "Pop That" by French Montana.
What the fuck?
And for that song, apparently, I got it through YouTube.
Right.
And there's websites you can convert it.
Yeah.
Apparently, somehow that song was a hit marker.
Of all
the things of like I could download it. I was downloading Lamb of God. I was downloading full albums of Slipknot. But Pop That by French Montana.
What the?
Was a tick off.
Okay.
And I was like, no, dude. Can't do that anymore.
Right.
But we'll let you bypass with all the shit, you done?
You've done whatever. Everything else is fine.
Fine. Just don't worry about it.
They didn't buy the protection from FBI?
Yeah. I don't know.
The FBI protection
protection plan.
Yeah.
And for a straight month, I was not downloading anything. Not even my own dad wasn't even like opening shit from his work. He was doing it through his phone. He was that scared.
He refused to download stuff from his work.
Because like it was necessary, but like he couldn't do it. He was that afraid. And it's like you can't really fuck with the FBI.
Sure,
but
that's true.
They're watching the stuff that you download, people.
Yeah.
So watch out what kind of porn you're downloading.
Why would you download porn in this day and age? Why are you not streaming?
Okay,
because you're afraid that it's gonna get taken out of Pornhub.
Dude, there's some things that like, you can't like you find like the perfect one and you can't find it again. So you can't remember the name of it, but at least like if you have it with you, like, all right, cool, it's part of you now.
Yeah, you have it. You don't have to worry about it being taken down. You
Especially
can always use it.
Yeah, it's there. It's disposable. You gotta hide it though.
You've never been worried about that stuff, Giacomo?
No,
dude. The fuck, you're living under a rock, then, dude.
Just don't keep your porn in a USB stick that also has sensitive company files.
Yeah, don't do that.
At medieval times. Why would you bring that out at a medieval times?
No, so it was a Texas restaurant, and I think a medieval times worker found it.
Oh, okay. But then why would you still bring it out? You're at a restaurant. Maybe I guess you have to do some work, so you pull up your laptop. Yeah. Sure, okay.
But
why?
Isn't medieval times at the restaurant?
Going back to the story, sorry to interrupt, but going back to the USB thing. So during the podcast, he mentioned how the medieval times worker brought it and returned it to the company. And then a bunch of the, obviously the people working there, the employees, found out the type of porn he's into. And so like he was talking about how like people would talk about, like that kind of stuff that Randy Pitchford's into and all that stuff. And he's like, and they never stopped to think that maybe I was downloading this for research. like maybe I was trying to figure out, the magic trick behind this whole squirting thing. So like
we're keeping you in silence because you mentioned
that. He's playing it off like he's still playing it off as like this, like he's doing it for research,
dude.
Yeah, and then he's like, people don't understand. They don't stop to think that maybe I'm researching this stuff. You know what I mean?
But why would you?
Why would you play that?
Is there even notes in there?
And why would you keep it on
a
company flash drive with all this sensitive information?
Like you could have separate flash drives. I'm sure if you asked, they'll just give you one.
Right.
He needed that stuff, dude. He needed that like the video somewhere at least. So slap that shit on there. Figure it out. But I wonder what his notes are. Is like day one.
So what if your brother finds like your pornography on a flash drive? What would he say?
What do you mean? Like what would he say?
I don't know what kind of shit like would he find, and then he'd be like, "Why are you into this?" Would he be into that, or he'd be like, "Oh, I'm into this too"?
I'd just be like, "Well, I'm into some freaky shit.
I have my needs.
I have my fetishes. You have your fetishes. Don't worry about it.
We'll never speak of this
again. Don't worry
again.
about it." What were you saying before I interrupted you? Sorry.
Shit. I completely forgot what I was
can't
going to
even remember
say.
what you were saying.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, we'll move on to. Sorry.
Fucking
we'll
asshole.
keep the story rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep this whole rolling. So another really funny thing that was also.
I remembered. Okay. So when this is like a side story from this shit. Remember when you were like little kids, like playing like getting like N64 or the NES? But remember the Sega, like when you first booted up, or anybody put it in the game, and like when you first like see the white screen, it says Sega. That's like in my head now, 24/7.
Why?
I don't know. Like whenever anyone says Sega, that pops in my head. It's
That's
like
so weird, just randomly.
Randomly, it's like the PlayStation thing too. And like like you freak out like if the disc is like good or not. Like it'll start spinning. You see the cubes, and like you'll know like if it doesn't go in, like you'll zoom down, or like it works, like it zooms down, or if it doesn't, it just kind of does its little bypass thing. Like I still remember how like fucking sounds like. Like it's weird.
That's weird. Like, and just out of nowhere, it just started getting stuck in your head.
Yeah,
like it wasn't doing that before.
No, like it started doing that. I think it's like recently now, like how in Twitter, like, oh, remember this shit?
Oh, all those nostalgia tweets,
and it's like fucking like they're doing this shit too with 2009 to 2019.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's annoying as shit. It's like we get it. You're different from back then till now.
Yeah, we get it. People change.
It's not that fucking weird.
Years,
I used to be fit back in high school, and now I'm fat.
I still look fat. I mean, I was fat then, and I'm now fat.
You used to have like a super baby face, though.
Yeah, that too. Dude, I was going through that shit also. Holy shit. It was fucking weird how I looked.
Did you not have like a beard?
No, I didn't have a beard. Like, imagine like all my hair fucking clean, right? And not as bushy eyebrows. And less of the fucking acne.
Arnold used to have like an Akira face. It's just like,
yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And I was trying to tell my mom, like, you know how moms are. Like, if they show you a picture, like, they're like, it's like, oh, you look so cute and this and blah, 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 blah.
You're like, I was ugly as fuck.
I was ugly as fuck, Mom. What the fuck's wrong with you? But I was like, no, I like your nose and shit. I was like, dude, what the... I was like, oh, no,
I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense because you would look like your dad, and that's how you were born. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I came out of her. I mean, so like,
just saying.
But like, it's like that. It's like if I post that from like, that photo was taken from 2010, and like now, like I look so different, especially like my driver's license.
Yeah,
you see my driver's license. Yeah. It doesn't fucking match.
It does not look like you.
So, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
but that's how I would say.
All right. Okay. So this thing goes on, and it gets even crazier. So some of the accusations that Callender is accusing of Pitchford. So it says here, Callender had also accused Pitchford of holding parties in which adult men have reportedly exposed themselves to minors to the amusement of Randy Pitchford. In a statement sent to Kotaku several hours after the publication of this article, Gearbox also denied this, saying that Pitchford and his wife hold a regular variety show that's recorded and that's nothing of the sort occurred there. This is terminology that the Pitchfords have never used, a spokesperson said, referring to the term peacock parties to which the lawsuit refers, and was made up by Wade in a further attempt to paint a sensational picture that is demonstrably false.
So what, did he have parties to find out if they could squirt?
It's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god!
Hey, it's for research. It's not a party.
I just imagine. Need to see. Here, take this turkey baster. Perform this.
Please, I have to know.
I have to know. No, but
they're all lined up. He's like walking back and forth. It's like, all right, so I need you to use your hands. The other fucking turkey baster. The other shit. I need to fucking see this. Go. Fucking go.
But yeah, this is where things get a little bit, a little bit not unrealistic, I feel like. Where like some of these accusations. So the whole porn thing, maybe it wasn't underage. He says it was barely. Pitchford says it was barely legal, but it is a fact that he admitted to, that he had porn on a USB drive that contained sensitive company material, and that people found it.
Right.
This one, it's been denied. And this is where it gets a little bit sensational, because like holding peacock parties for Pitchford's amusement, that seems a little weird, right? I don't think he would. I feel like he probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's such a specific thing. Like
it feels like he's just coming up with shit to accuse him. Not cover up, just to accuse him and add to his lawsuit and stuff.
Probably.
So yeah, that one was a little bit. like it is kind of funny to think of Pitchford just having these parties. Like he's sitting in like a throne, and then you have like all these adult men just flashing like these little kids, right? I mean, like obviously.
Did they go to like Chuck E. Cheese's and then just like what happened there?
Imagine so Pitchford is on like a throne, and then you have like these naked men like carrying him into a Chuck E. Cheese.
With their dogs hanging out. Oh, there's a Chuck E. Cheese down the road over here.
God.
But yeah, you're not allowed back in, Demothy.
But yeah, that's the Pitchford story.
Definitely
that was pretty
wild.
A wild legal battle going on.
The employees
right
in the front of like the desk.
Oh God, not another guy.
Dude,
damn it, Randy!
Second time.
Randy Pitchford's coming in again.
How many dongs do I gotta see? They all look the same.
Shit.
Oh my God. All right. So that's enough of that. But
Let's
yeah, definitely a crazy
story.
one. This next one, not as funny, but it is definitely exciting. Destiny, Bungie, and Activision have split finally. Because I mean,
time.
Yeah, it was about time because like Activision's been under a lot of heat lately with a lot of different
fucking shit.
They've always been under heat. They've always been kind of, compared to EA with their kind of shitty practices.
But I gotta say, the Tony Hawk games, fight me if you talk shit about those games.
Activision was the publisher, and then you had, what was it, Neversoft? Was
Neversoft,
the one who
made it.
Yeah.
But fucking Tony Hawk games were the shit.
Were the shit, dude. Number 2 was my shit.
All Tony Hawk games. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not going to argue. I don't think anybody would argue with you over the Tony Hawk games.
But nope,
actually, or even the classic Call of Duty.
The latest
except
ones,
for the new ones.
Yeah,
except for the new ones.
Tony Hawk Ride and fuck Project 8.
Yeah, didn't those like totally flop?
Yeah, they flopped like
hard.
hard.
What was the one that had Lil Wayne in it?
That's the newest one.
That was the newest one?
Yeah.
There's something, I thought like the game Skate took over and kind of dominated
and then Skate dominated, and now they're not releasing Skate 3. What the fuck's going on? Where's my Skate 3? God damn it.
People are falling off of skateboarding games.
That's true.
That is true, but
it's all about Fortnite now.
That is true.
Fortnite and yeah.
But like you still have that niche of people that play sporting games like skating games. Because it's like
it's interesting. Like it's fun because
you can turn off your game your brain and like and
just ride around and do tricks and grind and listen to ska.
Tons of ska.
Dude, I love ska.
Though?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. But like it's I want Skate 3 to come out. Or this new game that's I've been seeing around floating in Twitter. It's
Which one?
It's some like grind or whatever it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing. I did.
Nestor was talking about this also.
I was seeing a skateboarding game floating. I don't remember what it was called though.
It looks very similar to Skate.
Definitely, yeah.
And like if that game comes out, I'm hopping on that train.
Cool.
Because I'm pretty sure most of the people can agree.
Like
do ollie.
Oh yeah, like you'd have to do like pretend kick flip, like how you'd actually do it. So you'd have to kind of pretend to do your leg jump or some shit.
Right.
It's like Tech Decks, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's how it would be. It'd be an adapter for it, and you'd have wheels, and you'd go with your Switch remote like this,
and then you fling your fucking Joy-Con across the room.
Someone's
they're gonna make like a little Tech Deck Labo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that could work.
I feel like that's gonna be really hard. That's gonna be like big, right?
Yeah, use 2 hands, dude. Just like 2 leg simulation.
Dude, like back in middle school was the fucking king of Tech Decks. Remember that?
Yeah.
Almost everybody
had
one.
a fucking Tech Deck and was just like messing around with that shit. Yeah.
I bought them recently in like the last 6 years.
Dude, they're still fun.
They're still fun as fuck.
I can still do a fucking kickflip with that shit.
I could never do tricks with them.
I can't. I poured time into that shit.
I could do an ollie and a shove it.
I love that there was the Tech Deck tournaments.
I saw
those. So weird. Anyways, we're getting away from Destiny. Let's get back on.
But yeah, Activision's finally split from Destiny and from Bungie, and Bungie's taken over the property for Destiny. So they released like this whole statement, and they were kind of explaining why they partnered with Activision in the first place. It was like they were kind of a new independent studio, and they needed someone that could take a leap of faith with them and fund a really big project like this. And then Activision was the one, but because Activision's been involved in all that stuff, the original Destiny launched in a really poor, sad state, and a lot of people fell off of it pretty quickly because it was lacking a lot of content.
It did lack a lot of content right away.
And they did add some stuff to it, and it did become a better game overall.
Which is, it's kind of a bad excuse because, like, you got better because you gave us the content.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of understandable. They had to sort of start over during the development of it and stuff like that, and then they needed the game to come out, so they kind of rushed it. So yeah, it came out in a poor state, got better, and then Destiny 2 came out, and it wasn't really much better. And there was like a lot of weird monetization practices involved because Activision, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. They monetize shit really hard. So a lot of people fell off that.
True.
But yeah, now that Bungie's got kind of like their own reins on the game, I feel like
aren't they making the new Halo game that's coming out this year also? Halo
I thought 343 Studios is the one who has it now altogether.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I think it's either Bungie or 343.
It's been so long since I've looked at a game. When I saw, I looked up Halo 5 or not, whatever the next. Yeah, 5 was right.
I think it's 5.
I was looking up 5 recently. And I was watching them play with iron sights and thinking, what the fuck? This is not Call of Duty. This is Halo. 2 very different games when they were alive.
In Halo and Call of Duty back in the old days. Dude, I fucking roll my R's. But Call of Duty and
there's
and
no
Halo.
R in Call of Duty.
That's because he has a dick in his mouth.
Yes. No,
how many Peacock shows are you going to?
7. I want to go do 7 of those shits. But back in the days and stuff
he's joking. Don't arrest him.
I mean, you can arrest him. I mean, whatever.
Shit.
We need him to do this show.
Yes. But when there were 2, when you mentioned that those 2 were games, Call of Duty and Xbox, those were the 2 topics people played on. They defined the line of either you were either on PlayStation or Xbox, because PlayStation was only for Call of Duty and Xbox was Halo. And Halo, I think, is one of my favorite games. I never played it online. But
Halo 3 was where it's at.
Halo 3 and I think Reach also.
Reach was good. I enjoyed Reach too.
Halo did a lot of stuff that kind of inspired a lot of modern shooting stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a very influential shooter.
It Call of Duty got repetitive.
It did a lot of really new things with it.
I liked them for different reasons. Halo was more, I could be creative when I played map mode. That was a lot of fun for me. Call of Duty was definitely a grind. You shoot them fast, and I like the trigger response. Both games did eventually kind of bore me at times because you've done it all now,
right?
And that's kind of why I don't really play them. Though I would be willing to do it again. It's been a while now.
Yeah, I'll play it.
But then I've been playing a lot of at the time. Then I picked up Battlefield and I was playing that kind of shooter, the tactical shooter,
right?
And I really liked Siege. That was a lot of fun. I didn't get as far as most people playing these days. Didn't get to CS:GO at all though.
I can't either. I never played CS:GO.
Someone's gonna edit in a dick when you.
Yeah, but I was going. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Edit that shit in. A circle jerk. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's kind of like our Spider-Man video with the robot arm.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. But Halo Reach was one of those games that I played very casually, but I mainly did it for the glitches.
Yeah.
I saw so many glitches in that game. It was fun to do.
That was half the fun, was playing in the maps and just fighting cool shit.
Speaking of Halo Reach, you remember that Ego Raptor video for Halo Reach?
Oh, God, yeah!
Years. Oh, my God. You haven't seen that?
I probably have, but it's been a while.
Oh, we're going to show you this right after we finish recording.
It's one of those nostalgias. Yeah. It's like that one Ego Raptor one with Pokemon.
Is it the one where...
Pikachu!
Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways...
I think that's pretty much the whole thing with Destiny. They released this whole statement. You can look at it. There is a lawsuit
between them right now
happening. I think it was
for what?
I remember Marcus messaged it to me. I did not fully look at it. I glanced over it pretty quickly, but I didn't fully look at it. But yeah, there was some sort of lawsuit. Oh no, they're under investigation for fraud following the Bungie split. But I did not read this whole article yet. But yeah, they're under investigation for something. So, but yeah, thank you, Marcus, for sending this to us. I'll link this article here below in the description, so you guys can check this out for yourself. This whole situation. But I mean, Activision and Bungie splitting, that's pretty exciting to see where Bungie's going to go with their games from now on.
With a little bit less someone over their shoulders telling them what they should be doing.
And hopefully this happens with Blizzard, but I mean, with all the shit that's coming out right now, that it's very unlikely.
They're so deep in it.
Yeah, they're so deep that it's not likely that it's going to happen anytime soon. So,
and like Destiny 2 came out, and like obviously most of the players are playing it. Like, I wanted to play the game with a new mindset. But
it's kind of hard.
It's hard. It's hard because
it's hard to make it's hard to find the motivation to play it.
Yeah,
these days.
You got to play with friends. That makes it like better.
You need a good group to play with to do all the raids and stuff with.
And consistently.
Like with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an MMORPG. I mean, Destiny's an MMO. It's hard to solo a game like that.
It's definitely not as fun.
Yeah, and it's boring. It's like not. I'm excited what they do. You know, if they do release new stuff with what they're going with Destiny 2,
and hopefully like ease up on the whole microtransaction stuff. You know,
then I'll play it back. I have the game. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
Will I play it? No, right now.
Yeah, not really. No, there's no motivation to play it at the moment. So
no.
Yeah. Same with how we're losing motivation playing fighting games and stuff.
You guys are dying.
Yeah, we're dying. We're getting old. We're getting all rickety. Our bones are getting bad. I have a bad back over here. We're getting laryngitis or something. I don't know. Arthritis.
I still want to get.
People are dying of dysentery.
I just want Anthem to come out so that I can play Anthem.
Dude, okay, I'm expecting Cyberpunk 2077 to come out.
We've mentioned how excited we are for that. Like every podcast,
everybody's
excited for Cyberpunk. Like Anthem, I'm a little wary of.
I'm just worried
simply
for
because
the EA thing. That's it.
I'm simply worried it's the side of BioWare that made Andromeda. So
I hope they don't fuck that one up, please. I want it to be cool
because it's such an interesting concept for me. Like I love that.
Anthem looks cool.
Suits are awesome.
But like I hope they don't fuck up like they did with the Andromeda. Because they fucked up so hard on like the release on this game.
Yeah,
I played all the Mass Effects, even and like after
Arnold loved all the Mass Effects, and then he played Andromeda, and he was like, "Fuck this game."
Yeah, that was the quickest uninstall I ever did. Dude, it was bad. Like shit was going off, and like I did not like how you interact with the characters, and you got to go chase shit. It doesn't and
Arnold's standards aren't particularly high.
No.
Like he plays like freaking Senran Kagura and shit. So his standards aren't high. So if Arnold doesn't like it, it's like
it says something. It says fucking something. I'm sorry. I don't know, man.
Well,
yeah. So that's that.
Oh wait, bring your Switch. You just got the new thing.
I forgot to mention this.
He's so excited. Look,
you're gonna
look
drop
at him.
Everything. Just pull.
Look at his eyes when he showed this.
Just pull it out.
Well, I want to show the dock too.
Okay.
So I skinned my Switch purple and white. It's super cool. And there's the Switch. There's the front.
This is a cool part right there. This is really nice.
So it comes with a front skin. So this is from D Brand. Sponsor us, D Brand, because you sponsor everybody else. But it's supposed to come with a front skin as well, and which it did. But I fucked it up, so I took that off. So now I don't have a front part for the front of the Switch. But I mean, the controller still looks pretty sick. The back looks pretty sick. The dock looks pretty sick. It's white and purple. Purple's my favorite color. It's really cool. So D Brand, if you need a skin for your Switch that's not gonna fuck up your Switch, go D Brand and sponsor us, D Brand.
I think Kai got his pink one too. Yeah.
Kai does have a pink one, yeah.
And you know, would you ever like if someone asked you, it's like, hey, I need you to fucking do my skin on my Switch, would you charge him? How much would you charge him to do this?
I probably wouldn't charge them because I mean I
have a fucking Switch, dude.
Oh yeah, I forget.
I probably wouldn't charge them because I suck at them right now. Maybe when I get better at it.
But yeah, like right now, like you think this like your job right here, right? It's good, right? You think it's good quality?
I think it looks pretty good.
Okay, so like with this, like if someone said, if I went to you, it's like, hey, I got this black and white, purple and white, right? I want you to do this for me. Realistically, would you like? How much would you charge me to do it?
I probably wouldn't charge you because you're my
no, I'm
roommate.
Just saying I would charge you $20.
$20?
It's not that expensive to put on.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
for a skin, because it is more difficult than a screen protector.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's a little more
and going
work.
by Best Buy pricing, how much we charge for a screen install, which is like $8 at Best Buy. I feel like for a skin, I think it's realistic to charge about $20, maybe $30.
I can see that
because it is harder to put a skin on. You have to heat it up so that it's smooth and everything when you go around the edges and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think about $20-$30 is reasonable to charge.
$30. I'll go like $10, $20.
I was gonna do 20. I
like
mean,
$10,
I mean,
the lowest,
ground.
$10, the highest I'll do, but
20,
not 30.
20 is like the high end, like you know what you're doing, because it's once you're there, it probably doesn't take the longest time.
It's like changing up, like
what that took you maybe like 45 minutes.
I think it also kind of depends on the project. Like a Switch, I feel is a little bit tougher than like maybe some other stuff, like maybe
bigger,
a phone.
huh? Yeah.
It's a bit of a bigger project, right? So yeah, I think $20 works for like a bigger one, and then like maybe like $10 for a smaller project.
Because this shit's fucking disgusting.
Really, I would just do the Switch alone.
Yeah,
I would do the Switch. I really wouldn't care for the dock much.
Yeah,
I think the dock looks cool
it's
though.
Cool. I mean, that's I guess.
But yeah, you're not gonna be carrying like, hey, let me just
whip out my dock.
Hear this and then pull this out.
People whip out my dock all the time for people. You know what I mean?
When people come over and see
your glorious dock,
like. That people would
invite them to your room to look at your dock.
People would look.
These are dock jokes, guys.
They're dock.
This has been the Heycast. If you have any questions or topics for us to talk about, you can send them on over to haywardplaying@gmail.com. That's HEYWEREPLAYIN @gmail.com. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so, and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Google Play, whatever your preferred podcasting app is. Subscribe to us there and give us a rating, so it'll help us.
More of these dock jokes.
There's dock jokes more.
You get to see more dock jokes.
I'm sorry, but your Joy-Cons are so shit. I'm sorry, like the way you skin them, like right here on the edges, are so shit.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
We'll catch you on the next one.